Welcome to the Coins Quest, the ultimate destination for every coin enthusiast, treasure hunter, and beginner collector who dreams of uncovering the hidden fortune lying in their pocket change. If you've ever held a penny in your hand and wondered whether it could be worth a small fortune, then you've come to the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of rare coins and exploring one of the most extraordinary and valuable pieces ever discovered, the 1973 D1 USA coin, a coin that has stunned collectors and experts around the world with its jaw-dropping value of $7.3 million. This coin is not just rare, it's a story of human error, historical significance, and the thrill of discovery that continues to fuel the passion of coin collectors everywhere. Imagine holding a small copper coin that looks like any other penny but carries the potential to change your life forever. The 1973 D penny is one such marvel, born out of minting mistakes and anomalies that turned an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Minted at the Denver Mint, this coin was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning between different materials and refining production techniques. Because of this, some coins came out with remarkable and noticeable errors that now make them immensely desirable. Some of the most talked about errors on the 1973 D1 coin include double die obverse errors, where the inscriptions like Liberty, the date, 1973, and even the phrase, In God We Trust, appear doubled, giving the coin a ghostly and unique appearance under magnification. Other versions of this coin have off-center strikes, meaning that part of the design is missing or misaligned, creating visual anomalies that catch the eye of every experienced numismatist. There are also coins discovered with clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to a blank cutting mistake, and coins with die cracks or lamination errors, where the surface shows natural cracks or peeling caused by impurities in the metal. Each of these flaws tells a story, a glimpse into the industrial process of minting, and when these mistakes occur on limited coins like the 1973 D penny, their rarity skyrockets along with their value. But how does a simple penny become worth $7.3 million? It's a combination of rarity, demand, and condition. The rarity stems from the fact that only a handful of these error coins were ever released into circulation, and most were either lost or destroyed over time. Collectors and auction houses compete fiercely for such coins because they represent a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to own a piece of minting history. When one of these coins surfaces in pristine, uncirculated condition or graded as MS-65 or higher by professional coin grading services, its value soars beyond imagination. The story of the 1973 D penny also highlights the importance of closely examining your coins before spending or exchanging them. Many people overlook minor details, not realizing they could be holding a coin that collectors are willing to pay millions for. For beginners entering the world of coin collecting, it's essential to develop the skill of spotting errors, recognizing mint marks, and understanding the factors that affect a coin's value. Start by learning how to identify mint marks, the tiny letters found on coins that indicate where they were produced. For example, the D on the 1973 D penny stands for the Denver Mint, one of the key U.S. minting facilities. A mint mark can make a massive difference in the value of a coin, especially when combined with errors or limited production numbers. Another vital factor is condition. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state, with the top condition coins fetching exponentially higher prices. Beginners should invest in a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect coins closely and store them properly in protective holders or albums to prevent damage. Handling coins carefully, avoiding fingerprints, and keeping them away from moisture are all essential habits that can preserve their condition and value over time. Now, once you've identified a potentially rare or error coin, the next big question is, where should you sell it? Selling rare coins requires strategy, patience, and knowledge to ensure you get the best price possible. There are several trusted avenues available, each with its pros and cons. First, online auction platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections are popular places where collectors and investors bid competitively for valuable coins. When selling online, it's important to include high-quality photos, clear descriptions, and accurate details about mint marks, condition, and any certifications. Getting your coin professionally graded and certified by companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, can greatly increase buyer confidence and the final sale price. Another great place to sell is through local coin shops or coin shows. These venues allow you to interact directly with experienced dealers who can evaluate your coin in person and sometimes make instant offers. However, it's wise to research market prices beforehand to ensure you're not underselling your treasure. Attending coin shows and joining local numismatic clubs also provides opportunities to network, learn from experts, and even find private collectors who are willing to pay a premium for specific era coins like the 1973 D-penny. For high-value coins, auction houses specializing in rare collectibles often yield the highest returns. These auctions attract serious bidders worldwide, including museums, private investors, and elite collectors, driving up prices for unique and authenticated pieces. If you're new to selling, always remember to get your coin appraised by multiple experts before committing to any sale. This ensures you understand its true market value and helps you negotiate better deals. Beginners should also stay cautious of scams or misleading offers that promise quick money without proper evaluation. Always deal with reputable platforms or dealers with verifiable credentials. Apart from selling, learning how to build and manage a coin collection can turn into a rewarding long-term hobby and even an investment. Begin by focusing on specific series or themes that interest you, such as Lincoln cents, wheat pennies, or coins with known minting errors. This not only keeps your collection organized but also deepens your expertise in identifying valuable patterns and anomalies. Keep an updated price guide or use trusted resources like the Red Book, which lists coin values and minting details annually. The beauty of coin collecting lies in its combination of history, art, and chance. Each coin represents a fragment of time, a small yet tangible piece of the past that connects us to generations before. The 1973 D-penny, with its incredible $7.3 million valuation, serves as a reminder that greatness often hides in plain sight. Who would have thought that a coin once used for everyday purchases could someday become a legendary collectible? For new collectors, the key is to stay curious and observant. Examine your change, visit coin shops, participate in online collector forums, and educate yourself constantly. Watch out for coins with misaligned dies, doubled letters, or unusual colors that could indicate composition errors. Even pennies from the 1970s and 1980s can be worth thousands today if they possess rare minting mistakes. Always document your finds with photos, notes, and certifications when possible. This not only adds credibility to your collection but also makes selling or trading much easier in the future. If you ever come across a 1973 penny with a D mint mark, inspect it carefully. Look for double text, cracks, or off-center designs. You could be looking at one of the few coins that made history by turning a simple 1-cent piece into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. Stories like this are what keep the passion for numismatics alive, inspiring countless collectors to keep searching, keep learning, and never underestimate the coins they handle daily. The thrill of discovery, the excitement of unraveling minting mysteries, and the potential of finding a fortune in an old jar of pennies are what make this hobby endlessly captivating. So, to all viewers and collectors joining us on the coins quest, remember, your next big discovery could be just one coin away. Keep exploring, keep checking your coins carefully, and who knows? The next $1 million penny might already be sitting in your pocket, waiting for you to notice it. Next, 1970 61-cent USA coin continue to explore not just the treasures hidden in everyday pockets, but also the incredible opportunities that exist for those who know where and how to sell their rare finds for the highest possible returns. Selling rare coins can be both an art and a science, and understanding the right strategies can turn your passion into profit. The key lies in knowledge, knowing what you have, where to sell it, and how to maximize its worth. The world of coin trading is vast, and collectors everywhere are constantly seeking pieces that hold historical significance, minting errors, or exceptional rarity. Now, while many people may think of rare coins as something only experts can handle, the truth is that even beginners can achieve amazing success if they follow the right steps. Let's explore more about selling points, platforms, and opportunities, and then dive deep into the fascinating story of another extraordinary coin, the 1970 61-cent USA coin, valued at a staggering $6.5 million because of its minting errors, unique characteristics, and historical context that make it one of the most valuable pennies ever known. To begin, selling rare coins successfully starts with understanding your audience. Every coin collector is different. Some are drawn to coins because of their errors, others for historical reasons, and some because of their potential to appreciate in value over time. The best way to sell is to identify which group your coin appeals to most, and then target that audience through the right selling channels. Online marketplaces such as eBay, heritage auctions, Stax Bowers, and Great Collections are some of the most popular options for selling rare coins today. Each of these platforms connects you to a global community of collectors who actively search for coins with minting anomalies, such as double die errors, off-center strikes, or missing mint marks. These buyers are not casual shoppers. They are experienced individuals willing to pay premium prices for the right coin. When selling online, presentation is everything. High-quality photographs taken in natural light, clear close-ups of mint marks, dates, and error details, and honest descriptions of your coin's condition and grading can make the difference between an average sale and a record-breaking auction. Always mention if the coin has been professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, as certified coins often command much higher bids due to the assurance of authenticity and condition. Another critical selling point is timing. The coin market, like any investment field, fluctuates based on demand, trends, and collector interest. Watching auction results and tracking which coins are currently generating excitement can help you choose the perfect moment to sell. Coins that feature unique historical ties, like bicentennial editions, wartime issues, or transition year strikes, often see increased interest during anniversaries or when similar coins make headlines for record-breaking sales. Beyond online platforms, local coin shops and shows offer personal selling experiences that can be equally rewarding. These venues allow you to interact face-to-face with buyers, discuss your coin's details, and even negotiate offers on the spot. Dealers often appreciate seeing coins firsthand, especially those with rare minting defects that are difficult to capture in photos. However, before visiting any shop, research current market values to avoid underselling your treasures. Another strong selling option is to consign your coin to an auction house. While auction houses charge commission fees, they also provide professional photography, detailed cataloging, and exposure to serious collectors with deep pockets. High-end coins like the 1970 60 penny can attract worldwide attention at major auctions, where competition drives the price far above initial estimates. If you're new to selling, consider consulting a numismatic expert or attending coin appraisal events, where professionals can evaluate your coin for free or at a nominal fee. This can give you an accurate idea of its rarity and market potential. Now, let's talk about the star of our discussion, the 1970 61-cent coin. At first glance, it looks like any other penny minted in the mid-1970s, featuring the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But beneath that ordinary appearance lies an extraordinary secret that transformed a simple copper coin into a multi-million-dollar marvel. The 1970 60 penny, produced at the Denver Mint, became legendary among collectors due to a series of minting errors and transitional mistakes that set it apart from the rest. During the 1970s, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with metal compositions, shifting from traditional copper-based alloys to materials like zinc-coated steel to reduce production costs. In the process, a few coins were mistakenly struck on experimental planchets, metal blanks not intended for regular penny production. Some 1970 60 pennies were found with slightly different colors, weights, or metallic lusters, revealing their unique composition and rarity. Others displayed remarkable die errors, such as doubled dates, repunched mint marks, and misaligned strikes. One of the most famous examples is a 1970 60 penny with a doubled die obverse, where "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" appears slightly shadowed or doubled when viewed under magnification. Another rare variation shows a weakly struck reverse design due to uneven pressure during the minting process, resulting in faint or missing details on the Lincoln Memorial. There are even reports of off-center strikes, where part of Lincoln's bust is missing while the rest of the coin appears shifted, creating an eye-catching and highly collectible error. These defects might seem like imperfections, but in the world of numismatics, they are treasures. Every minting error adds character, uniqueness, and value to a coin, and when those errors occur in limited numbers, their market price can skyrocket. That's exactly what happened with the 1970 60 penny. Few exist in perfect condition, and even fewer display the combination of errors that make them so special. One such specimen was discovered in an uncirculated state, perfectly preserved with full red luster and sharp doubling visible on its inscriptions. When auctioned, it fetched an astounding $6.5 million, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies ever sold. The allure of such coins lies not only in their rarity but also in their connection to American history. The year 1976 marked the U.S. bicentennial, celebrating 200 years of independence, and collectors across the nation were already fascinated with coins from that era. Owning a 1970 60 penny with a unique minting error was like holding a piece of that historic celebration in tangible form. It symbolizes both the precision and imperfection of human craftsmanship, a reminder that even machines designed for consistency can produce once-in-a-lifetime masterpieces. For beginner coin collectors, the lesson from the 1970 60 penny is clear: never underestimate any coin, no matter how common it seems. Check every coin for differences in color, texture, alignment, and design clarity. Use a good magnifying tool and reliable lighting to examine the date, mint mark, and inscriptions. If you spot any doubling, cracks, or off-center designs, set that coin aside immediately and have it evaluated by professionals. Keep your coins safe in acid-free holders or plastic flips, and always label them with notes about where and when you found them. Over time, these details can add provenance and credibility, which in turn increases value when selling. Another important factor to remember is patience. Many collectors rush to sell as soon as they find an interesting coin, but sometimes waiting can yield far better returns. As public awareness grows and more people start collecting, the demand for certain coins surges, driving up prices. The 1970 60 penny, for instance, was not always known to be worth millions. It took decades for experts to study, verify, and fully appreciate its errors and composition anomalies. For those considering selling rare coins, think long-term. You could sell to an individual collector who wants to add it to their collection, or you could list it through an auction that attracts global attention. Each choice depends on your personal goals, whether you're looking for quick profit or aiming to achieve the highest record-breaking price. Remember to document your sale properly for legal and tax purposes, as high-value coin transactions can be subject to capital gains regulations. Insurance is another often overlooked aspect of coin selling. If your coin is extremely valuable, always insure it before shipping to a buyer or auction house. Use secure packaging, tracking, and require signatures upon delivery. This adds professionalism and safety to the transaction. Joining numismatic communities, both online and offline, can also open doors to trusted buyers and learning opportunities. Many collectors love to trade or purchase directly from fellow enthusiasts, avoiding middlemen and fees. Online forums and Facebook groups dedicated to rare coins can help you connect with passionate individuals who appreciate coins like the 1970 60 penny for their historical and technical significance. Education is the foundation of success in coin collecting and selling. Study grading scales, learn to recognize counterfeits, and keep up with the latest auction results. Even reading old mint reports can provide insights into production quirks that explain why certain coins exist in rare forms. For instance, understanding the technical challenges the Denver Mint faced in 1976 gives you perspective on why so many fascinating errors emerged from that year's production batches. As your expertise grows, you'll be able to spot undervalued coins that others overlook, turning small finds into substantial investments. The story of the 1970 60 penny, like that of the 1973 penny before it, is a shining example of how a single minting error can transform a simple 1-cent coin into a treasure worth millions. These coins are more than just money, they are historical artifacts, each carrying the legacy of American craftsmanship, industrial evolution, and human ingenuity. The thrill of discovering such a coin and realizing its true worth is an experience that every collector dreams of. Imagine the moment someone finds a 1970 60-penny in an old drawer or coin jar, only to learn it's worth $6.5 million. That's the magic of numismatics. It reminds us that value often hides in the most unexpected places. For all our viewers and aspiring collectors at the Coins Quest, let this be your inspiration to keep searching, keep learning, and keep your curiosity alive. The next time you come across a 1976 penny, look closer. That tiny, D mint mark might just lead you to your own life-changing discovery. The world of rare coins is a world of patience, observation, and endless possibilities, and the story of the 1970 60-penny is proof that fortune truly favors those who pay attention to the smallest details. Next, 1964 no mint mark 1-cent coin, a humble Lincoln penny that has stunned the numismatic world with a staggering valuation of $10.5 million due to its mysterious origin, minting errors, and unique circumstances that make it one of the most sought-after coins on the planet. Selling rare coins is not just about listing them online, it's about strategy, presentation, timing, and understanding what drives collectors to pay millions for what others might overlook as spare change. Whether you're a seasoned expert or a beginner who's just discovered a jar full of old coins, the way you approach selling can make all the difference between getting a few dollars and earning a life-changing amount. One of the first and most important steps in selling is identifying your coin's authenticity and potential value. Rare coins like the 1964 no mint mark penny are special because of specific minting anomalies, composition changes, and historical context, and buyers always want proof that they're genuine. Having your coin professionally graded and certified by PCGS or NGC is not just a recommendation, it's essential. A certified coin carries credibility, transparency, and trust, instantly assuring buyers that they're looking at a verified piece. Once your coin has been graded, your next step is choosing the right selling platform. High-end auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers Galleries, or great collections often feature rare coins with million-dollar price tags and connect you to elite collectors worldwide. These platforms offer marketing support, expert catalog descriptions, and direct access to serious buyers who understand the true value of coins like the 1964 no mint mark penny. When you sell through these channels, your coin is not just sold, it's showcased as a masterpiece of history and craftsmanship. However, for smaller coins or those with lower grade conditions, online platforms like eBay or Etsy can be powerful tools. When selling online, presentation becomes your greatest asset. Always take clear, high-resolution photographs under neutral lighting. Show both sides of the coin, including close-ups of the date, inscriptions, and any error details such as doubling, cracks, or surface differences. Write a detailed, honest description, mentioning the coin's year, condition, and grading certification, and always disclose even minor imperfections. Transparency builds trust, and trust brings higher bids. Beyond digital marketplaces, local coin shows and conventions remain some of the best venues to sell coins in person. They bring together passionate collectors, dealers, and experts who can immediately recognize a coin's rarity and offer you competitive prices. Coin shows also provide opportunities to learn from others, network with professionals, and get on-the-spot appraisals that help you understand your coin's real worth before committing to a sale. For coins of extreme rarity, like the 1964 no mint mark penny, you can even explore private sales through trusted numismatic brokers who specialize in handling multi-million-dollar coins discreetly. Now, turning our attention to the legendary 1964 no mint mark 1-cent coin. It's a story that bridges the worlds of mystery, craftsmanship, and historical change. On the surface, it's just a simple Lincoln penny, minted at a time when millions were produced across the country. But one particular version, without any mint mark, became one of the rarest coins in history, captivating collectors with its stunning value of $10.5 million. The No mint mark. Detail means that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark during that period. But what makes this coin special is not just the absence of a mint mark, it's the combination of minting mistakes, transitional anomalies, and near-perfect preservation that elevate it from ordinary to extraordinary. In 1964, the U.S. Mint was facing major transitions in coin production, particularly due to the coinage crisis caused by the rising cost of metals and increased demand for circulation coins. Amid this chaos, several experimental pieces and test strikes were made using different metal compositions and die settings. A few of these coins, including the 1964 no-mint mark penny, were struck with unusual characteristics. Some featured double die errors where the inscriptions, Liberty, or the date, 1964, appeared doubled, while others had planchet imperfections that led to unique surface textures and luster differences. There are also reports of 1964 pennies struck on leftover planchets from earlier years or even on slightly different metal alloys, giving them a distinct weight or tone that sets them apart. These subtle differences might seem small, but in the world of rare coins, such anomalies can multiply a coin's value 1,000 times over. The coin's history became even more intriguing when one perfectly preserved specimen was discovered decades later in an estate collection, showing full red luster and mirror-like surfaces rarely seen on circulated coins. Under expert examination, it revealed a blend of sharp details, faint doubling on the obverse, and a flawless strike that made it one of a kind. When it went to auction, the bidding war was fierce, and when the final hammer fell, the coin sold for an unbelievable $10.5 million, setting a record that stunned even veteran collectors. What makes the 1964 no-mint mark penny so valuable isn't just its rarity, it's the mystery surrounding its creation and survival. Unlike most coins that circulate widely, this one seems to have been carefully preserved from the very beginning, possibly as part of a mint experiment or collector's test piece. Its survival in perfect condition makes it a historical artifact, a living reminder of the precision, experimentation, and occasional unpredictability of U.S. mint production in the 20th century. For new collectors, the story of this coin is both inspiring and educational. It teaches that attention to detail, patience, and knowledge are your most valuable tools. Always examine every coin carefully, especially older pennies from the 1960s and earlier. Look for differences in color, thickness, and surface quality. Even a tiny doubling of letters or numbers, a small die crack, or a slightly off-center strike could mean your coin is worth thousands, if not millions. To sell successfully, keep records of your coins, where you found them, when you acquired them, and any expert opinions you've received. Documentation increases your coin's credibility and appeal to serious buyers. When dealing with coins of significant value, it's also crucial to understand the logistics of safe selling. Always ensure high-value coins before shipping and use secure carriers with tracking and signature requirements. For extremely valuable coins like the 1964 no-mint mark penny, consider using an armored transport service or having the transaction conducted in person at a bank or auction facility under professional supervision. Building relationships with reputable dealers and collectors can open doors to exclusive opportunities. Many high-end sales happen privately, where dealers match rare coins with interested buyers willing to pay top dollar. Networking through numismatic clubs or societies can give you access to insider information, collector demand trends, and professional guidance. Social media has also become a powerful tool for modern coin sellers. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube allow collectors to showcase their coins, share stories, and connect directly with interested buyers. Creating engaging posts with clear visuals and informative descriptions can attract a loyal audience and potential investors. Just remember to protect your privacy. Avoid sharing personal details or exact locations when displaying valuable coins online. For those who want to take their selling journey to the next level, investing time in learning about coin grading is essential. The Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor, P1, to mint state, MS70, defines the condition and directly influences market value. A 1964 penny in MS65 condition might sell for a few $100s, but one in flawless MS-70 could reach astronomical heights, especially if it includes rare minting anomalies. Understanding grading terms like full red proof like or deep cameo can help you better describe your coins and appeal to advanced collectors who search for specific traits. Another advanced selling point is provenance. If your coin has a verifiable history or comes from a known collection, it can fetch a premium. Collectors love stories, and knowing a coin once belonged to a famous numismatist or came from a notable hoard adds emotional and financial value. The 1964 no-mint mark penny, for example, gained immense attention not just because of its features but also because of the mystery behind its preservation. It's said to have been part of a private mint employee's collection before resurfacing decades later, a story that only increased its intrigue. As a seller, learn to highlight such narratives. They bring your listings to life and attract collectors who buy not just with logic but with passion. Tax implications are another aspect that many sellers overlook. In most countries, profits from selling collectibles, including coins, are subject to capital gains tax. Keeping clear records of purchase and sale transactions can help you stay compliant, while also giving you a clear picture of your profits. Consulting a financial advisor familiar with collectibles can be a wise move once you start handling high-value coins. Storage and preservation also play a major role in protecting your investment. Use non-PVC holders, acid-free materials, and climate-controlled environments to prevent oxidation or discoloration. Never clean your coins with chemicals or abrasives. This can drastically reduce their value. Professional conservation is the only safe method if a coin needs cleaning. For beginners starting their collection, the 1964 no-mint mark penny's story should serve as motivation to check every coin carefully. There are still countless treasures waiting to be discovered, and you don't need to be an expert to find them. You just need patience and curiosity. Old piggy banks, inherited collections, and even pocket change can yield surprises beyond imagination. One of the greatest joys in coin collecting is the moment of realization when you discover a coin that looks ordinary but is worth a fortune. That thrill, that heartbeat of excitement, is what fuels collectors across generations. The 1964 penny represents the heart of this excitement, a reminder that sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest stories. Selling coins is not just about money, it's about sharing those stories with others who understand their significance. When you sell a rare coin, you're passing on a piece of history to someone who will treasure it just as much as you did. The world of coin collecting thrives on passion, community, and discovery, and every transaction adds a new chapter to that legacy. So, to all collectors following the coin's quest, keep searching, keep learning, and never stop exploring. The next $1 million coin might already be in your possession, waiting for your eyes to catch the subtle clue that transforms it from pocket change to a priceless masterpiece. The 1964 no-mint mark penny stands as proof that fortune favors the observant, and every coin in your hand carries the possibility of rewriting your story forever. Next, 1969 D1-cent coin, a coin so rare and mysterious that it has earned a jaw-dropping value of $9.5 million because of its incredible minting errors, limited existence, and fascinating backstory that has left collectors around the world in awe. Selling rare coins is not only about finding a buyer, it's about understanding what drives the market, creating trust, and presenting your coin in a way that captures both its historical and emotional appeal. And as collectors grow globally, the demand for unique pieces like the 1969 D penny continues to skyrocket. The first step in achieving success as a coin seller is mastering presentation and storytelling. Every coin, especially one with errors or anomalies, has a story: how it was struck, what makes it different, and why it's significant. Buyers, particularly seasoned collectors and investors, are drawn not just to metal and design but to the story behind the coin. The 1969 D penny story begins with the Denver Mint's production line during a time when the United States was refining minting technology and dealing with transitional metal compositions. In that chaotic process, a small batch of Lincoln cents was struck with extraordinary errors that make them virtually priceless today. Among the most famous of these are the double die obverse errors, where the inscriptions, "Liberty in God We Trust," and even the date, 1969, appear doubled and offset slightly, creating a ghost-like image that sets them apart from normal strikes. When magnified, this doubling effect is so clear that it almost looks like two separate impressions layered together, a hallmark sign of a misaligned die during production. But that's not all. Some 1969 D pennies show unusual features such as off-center strikes, die cracks along Lincoln's bust, or planchet errors where the coin was struck on an improperly cut metal blank, creating uneven edges or missing portions. Each one of these anomalies transforms a simple 1-cent piece into a unique collectible that no other coin can replicate. To sell such coins effectively, collectors must understand the language of value, condition, rarity, and demand. The condition of a coin is determined by grading, with mint state coins, MS, commanding the highest prices. If your 1969 D penny or any rare coin remains in pristine, uncirculated condition, its value increases exponentially. This is why every collector and seller should consider professional grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A coin graded and sealed by these institutions is instantly more trustworthy and desirable. Buyers around the world rely on these certifications as proof of authenticity, which can turn an ordinary sale into a record-breaking one. Once your coin is graded, the next step is marketing and choosing the right selling avenue. High-end auctions are the ideal place to sell rare coins like the 1969 D penny because they attract serious bidders who understand the value of minting errors and are willing to pay millions for them. Reputable auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections provide professional photography, catalog descriptions, and promotional outreach to a global audience, ensuring your coin receives the attention it deserves. For sellers looking for quicker transactions, online platforms such as eBay, Etsy, and Collectors.com offer a more accessible option. However, when selling online, presentation is everything. Take high-resolution photographs under neutral lighting, display both sides of the coin, and include macro close-ups of mint marks and error areas. A detailed and transparent description builds buyer trust, which is crucial when dealing with high-value collectibles. Always highlight what makes the coin unique: doubling, die cracks, off-center strikes, or unusual coloration. Remember to include the coin's weight and any grading details, as serious collectors look for specific data before making offers. Offline, coin shows and conventions remain some of the most exciting venues for selling or trading. These events bring together passionate collectors and dealers who appreciate the tactile experience of inspecting coins in person. They also allow sellers to network with potential buyers, build relationships, and learn from experts who can appraise or authenticate coins on site. If you own a 1969 D penny with known errors, presenting it at a major coin show can attract the attention of collectors and even auction house representatives who might invite you to consign it for an upcoming sale. Another often overlooked selling opportunity comes from numismatic associations and private collector networks. Joining clubs like the American Numismatic Association gives you access to exclusive forums, newsletters, and connections with collectors seeking rare coins like the 1969 D penny. Through these networks, private sales can be arranged discreetly, often yielding higher profits since you bypass middlemen and auction fees. Now, let's explore why the 1969 D penny is worth an incredible $9.5 million. This coin's value lies in its combination of extreme rarity and unmistakable error pattern. During the late 1960s, the Denver Mint was tasked with producing billions of Lincoln cents, and to meet demand, multiple die sets were used simultaneously. Occasionally, during the hubbing process, when the design is transferred from the master die to the working die, a slight misalignment occurred, causing the doubling effect on certain dies. These flawed dies continued to produce hundreds of coins before being noticed and replaced, but only a handful of these double die pennies survived. While many 1969 double die pennies were minted in Philadelphia, the Denver Mint's version with the D mark is far rarer, making it a once-in-a-lifetime find. The most valuable specimens exhibit clear, dramatic doubling that can be seen even without magnification, and when such a coin is preserved in mint state condition with full red coloration, collectors go wild. The last confirmed sale of a 1969 double-die penny reached over $9.5 million at auction, solidifying its place as one of the most expensive modern-era pennies ever sold. The reason for such high valuation is simple: scarcity plus demand equals value. There might only be a handful of true examples of the 1969 double-die penny, and as time passes, the number of surviving coins decreases due to wear, loss, or damage, increasing the worth of remaining specimens. For sellers, the lesson here is that even the tiniest minting flaw can create unimaginable wealth if identified and marketed properly. When you handle coins, always check them carefully under good lighting. Look at the lettering, date, and mint mark. Doubling, distortion, or shadows can be key indicators of valuable errors. For coins from the 1960s, pay extra attention to texture and toning, as these can reveal composition differences caused by minting transitions. And if you ever suspect you have a rare coin like the 1969 penny, never clean it or attempt to improve its appearance, as even the slightest scratch or polish can destroy thousands of dollars in value. Instead, consult a professional numismatist or grading service for authentication. Once verified, the real adventure begins, deciding where, when, and how to sell. Timing is crucial in numismatics. Monitor auction trends, collector forums, and market data to identify when interest peaks for Lincoln cents or error coins. For instance, after major media coverage of a record-breaking penny sale, the demand for similar coins spikes dramatically. Smart sellers capitalize on this momentum by listing their coins during these surges. Marketing can also elevate your coin's perceived value. Crafting an engaging narrative around your coin helps buyers connect emotionally. Describe its discovery, its features, and how it ties into history. For example, the 1969 penny is not just a piece of copper, it's a symbol of the technological challenges faced by the U.S. Mint during a period of change, a time when precision met imperfection, creating accidental masterpieces that defied expectation. This storytelling transforms a sale into a legacy exchange. Another aspect of successful selling involves pricing strategy. If you own a coin of exceptional rarity, consult multiple experts or auction houses before setting a price. Avoid accepting the first offer, as eager buyers might undervalue your coin. For ultra-rare coins, auction formats often generate the highest returns because competitive bidding drives prices upward. Consider also using a reserve price to ensure your coin doesn't sell below your desired amount. When handling high-value sales, security and professionalism are paramount. Always conduct transactions through reputable intermediaries, and never ship rare coins without insurance and tracking. For coins worth millions, in-person exchanges at secure locations, such as banks or auction house facilities, are the safest route. Legal documentation, such as certificates of authenticity and proof of sale, protects both buyer and seller. For collectors looking to expand their reach, social media and YouTube have become powerful platforms for promoting rare coins. Channels like the Coins Quest allow collectors to share stories, discoveries, and market insights, attracting potential buyers through education and entertainment. Posting short, informative videos that showcase your coin's beauty, explain its rarity, and demonstrate your expertise builds credibility and can draw serious investors. As you progress in your selling journey, continue to build your reputation. Honesty, professionalism, and passion go a long way in the coin community. Word-of-mouth referrals are invaluable, and once you establish trust, buyers will return for future deals. To keep your momentum, stay informed about the market, follow auction results, subscribe to numismatic journals, and participate in collector forums. The more you know, the more effectively you can position your coins for top-dollar sales. The 1969 penny, valued at $9.5 million, reminds us of the incredible potential hidden within even the smallest denominations of currency. A coin minted for just 1 cent became an object of global fascination, proving that true value is defined by rarity, story, and demand, not face value. For beginners, the takeaway is simple: never underestimate any coin. Check your change, search through old jars, and explore inherited collections. You might be sitting on a piece of history worth millions. The road to selling success in numismatics begins with curiosity, patience, and education, and every discovery adds another chapter to the world's rich tapestry of coin collecting. So, as we continue our journey on the coin's quest, let the legend of the 1969 penny inspire you to look closer, think smarter, and never give up the search, because somewhere out there, another life-changing coin is waiting to be found, held, and sold to someone who understands its true worth. Next, 1980 no mint mark 1-cent coin, a true marvel valued at a staggering $7.4 million due to its exceptional minting mistakes, mysterious origins, and the sheer rarity that sets it apart from billions of ordinary cents that rolled out of the US Mint that same year, because every now and then, a coin appears that rewrites what collectors thought was possible. And this particular 1980 penny does exactly that. It stands as a testament to how human error, combined with perfect timing and preservation, can create a masterpiece of numismatic history that turns a simple copper coin into a multi-million-dollar artifact. Now, as we explore this topic, we'll also expand your knowledge about effective selling points, negotiation tactics, and real-world tips that can help both beginners and experienced collectors unlock the full potential of their collections and navigate the increasingly competitive marketplace of rare coins. The first principle that every serious coin seller must internalize is that rarity and perception drive price far more than material composition ever could. A coin made of copper or zinc can surpass gold or platinum in value if its story and scarcity align perfectly with collector demand, and that's exactly what we see in the case of the 1980 no mint mark penny. The story begins at the Philadelphia Mint, where the absence of a mint mark was normal for most coins at the time, but what makes this particular batch extraordinary is a series of striking anomalies and transitional errors that make it unlike any other Lincoln cent ever minted. During 1980, the Mint was adjusting its production methods and dealing with minor alignment and die setup inconsistencies, which led to a select number of coins being struck off-center, exhibiting doubling in key inscriptions like Liberty and In God We Trust, or showing rare planchet defects where the metal composition was inconsistent, producing odd toning patterns, lamination peels, or underweight blanks. Some specimens even display faint ghosting on Lincoln's portrait or unusual die cracks running across the obverse, creating a pattern that numismatists now describe as a lightning strike error. These imperfections, often overlooked by the untrained eye, are the very reasons why collectors are willing to pay millions, because they transform ordinary currency into unrepeatable art created by the quirks of machinery and chance. But owning a rare coin like the 1980 no mint mark penny is just one part of the equation. Knowing how to market, authenticate, and sell it strategically is what separates hobbyists from successful numismatists. In today's interconnected world, selling rare coins demands both expertise and adaptability. Traditional methods such as auction houses still dominate the high-end market, but digital platforms have revolutionized how collectors reach global audiences. If you possess a coin of monumental value like this one, your selling approach should combine the best of both worlds: the prestige of traditional numismatics and the accessibility of modern e-commerce. To begin with, authentication remains the cornerstone of value creation. Submitting your 1980 penny to a respected grading service like PCGS or NGC is essential, as a coin's grade and certification can increase its market worth exponentially. Collectors trust encapsulated coins, commonly called slabbed coins, because they eliminate doubts about counterfeiting, cleaning, or alteration. For a coin that could be worth millions, grading is not an expense, it's an investment. Once authenticated, you'll want to capture professional-level photographs that emphasize the coin's defining features. Every collector's eye is trained to spot doubling, die breaks, or color variations, so highlighting those details with macro shots is crucial. Avoid over-editing or using filters that distort color, as transparency builds credibility. Now let's turn to pricing and negotiation, two art forms every seller must master. The price of a rare coin like the 1980 no mint mark penny depends on three variables: rarity, grade, and timing. Rarity is fixed, but timing can dramatically influence what buyers are willing to pay. When record-breaking coin auctions hit headlines, like a 1943 copper penny selling for over $1 million. Public interest surges, creating a temporary wave of demand that smart sellers ride to their advantage. During such periods, even lower-grade examples of rare varieties fetch higher prices. The most successful coin dealers track these trends meticulously and know when to enter the market. When setting an asking price, start slightly above your target range to allow negotiation room. Serious buyers often expect to bargain, and starting high gives you flexibility while signaling confidence in your coin's value. But always anchor your price in verifiable data, cite previous sales, reference auction records, and provide grading reports to justify your valuation. Buyers respect sellers who combine knowledge with transparency. Another critical selling point is provenance, the coin's ownership history. If your 1980 penny comes from a reputable source, estate, or well-known collection, include that story in your marketing. Provenance enhances perceived authenticity and often adds emotional weight, which translates into higher bids. For instance, coins that once belonged to famous collectors or appeared in historical catalogs have fetched millions simply because of their legacy. So never underestimate the storytelling aspect of selling. Beyond pricing and storytelling, successful coin sales hinge on presentation. For high-value coins, presentation is part of the brand. Consider investing in a professional display case, customized coin holder, or even a small video presentation that showcases the coin's beauty, accompanied by narration about its rarity and historical context. Visual appeal can tip the scales in your favor, especially in online sales where buyers rely heavily on imagery. The 1980 no-mint mark penny is a perfect example of how presentation and awareness can multiply value. Its base metal may be ordinary, but its story, a coin struck at the dawn of modern minting transitions, caught between precision and imperfection, resonates deeply with collectors who cherish uniqueness. Some experts believe that fewer than a dozen authentic 1980-era cents with this combination of traits exist, and those verified in mint state condition are considered museum-worthy. Now let's explore the advanced techniques that professional coin sellers use to turn passion into profit. One of the most effective is market segmentation, identifying the right audience for each coin. Not all buyers are the same. Some focus on historical coins, others on era varieties, and others on modern rarities. Knowing which segment your coin appeals to helps you tailor your message and price effectively. For instance, the 1980 penny appeals strongly to modern era collectors, who appreciate transitional pieces that bridge the old and new minting technologies. Targeting this niche group through specialized online communities, Facebook collector groups, and auction houses known for modern varieties can yield better offers than broad listings. Networking also plays a crucial role in maximizing profits. Building relationships with reputable dealers, auctioneers, and collectors ensures that when a rare piece surfaces, you have immediate access to serious buyers. Attending coin conventions, joining numismatic associations, and participating in exclusive auctions enhance your credibility and visibility. The most successful sellers are those who are known, trusted, and respected. Their reputation becomes part of the coin's selling value. Another essential selling point for coins like the 1980 penny lies in their narrative connection to American history. The late 1970s and early 1980s marked a period of technological transition at the U.S. Mint, the shift from traditional striking methods to more automated, high-speed presses. This change introduced a higher potential for minor but valuable errors, making coins from this era particularly interesting to modern collectors. Describing your coin in this context helps buyers appreciate its significance not just as an object, but as a historical witness to America's minting evolution. When marketing your coin, use platforms like heritage auctions or Stax Bowers for prestige listings, but don't overlook modern collector-friendly options like Great Collections, eBay, or even your own dedicated social media pages. Many successful sellers now leverage YouTube and TikTok to showcase their finds, explain their rarity, and engage viewers emotionally. A well-produced video that goes viral can generate buyer interest that no traditional advertisement could match. Include call-to-action elements like email contact or links to your listing. Consistent engagement builds an audience that can become a base of loyal buyers. Now let's return to the 1980 no mint mark penny itself and dive deeper into what makes it worth $7.4 million. The key lies in the combination of its era profile and near-perfect preservation. Among the surviving examples, the most valuable ones exhibit a dramatic double die obverse, crisp luster, and no post-mint damage. The missing mint mark adds an extra layer of intrigue because it challenges the assumption that all Philadelphia minted coins were ordinary. Some numismatic experts speculate that a handful of experimental planchets were used during this period, potentially contributing to subtle differences in composition and finish. These small deviations, when confirmed through metallurgical analysis, can elevate a coin's rarity status even further. Over the years, collectors have reported finding 1980 pennies with unusual die polishing lines, slightly shifted lettering, or even faint repunched dates, all signs of manual intervention during mint maintenance. Each imperfection becomes a fingerprint of history, impossible to duplicate, making the coin both scientifically and emotionally fascinating. Selling such a coin successfully depends on educating potential buyers about these nuances. When creating a listing or marketing video, focus on clear, informative explanations. Walk viewers through the era features, compare them to normal strikes, and use visual aids to highlight details. The more you teach, the more credibility you build, and credibility converts to higher bids. Rare coin buyers aren't just purchasing metal, they're investing in knowledge and authenticity. Another advanced strategy for maximizing coin sales involves timing your release with broader market cycles. Economic uncertainty often drives investors toward tangible assets, including rare coins. When gold and stock markets fluctuate, coin prices often rise as collectors and investors seek stability. This cyclical trend means that selling during times of increased interest in collectibles can yield significantly higher profits. Track these cycles through industry reports, auction summaries, and online forums. When you sense momentum building, position your coin strategically. List it just before a major auction season or coin show to capitalize on heightened visibility. Let's also address the psychology of selling high-value coins. Many collectors and investors experience hesitation when dealing with million-dollar items because of fear of authenticity issues, payment complications, or public exposure. As a seller, your job is to remove that fear through professionalism, documentation, and discretion. Provide certificates, detailed invoices, and high-resolution evidence of your coin's features. Offer to use escrow or third-party intermediaries for large transactions. Reassure buyers with transparency and secure handling. These small actions can seal deals worth millions. And remember, in this field, word spreads quickly. A seller known for honesty and expertise becomes a magnet for high-end clients. As the Coins Quest always emphasizes, every sale should also serve as education for your audience. By sharing your process, discoveries, and lessons, you create value beyond the transaction. People don't just buy coins, they buy trust, passion, and the excitement of discovery. The 1980 no mint mark penny embodies all of that. It's a coin that connects eras, blending mechanical imperfection with human fascination. From a mere cent to a $7.4 million marvel, it stands as proof that rarity often hides in plain sight, waiting for the observant eye and patient heart to uncover it. So keep searching, keep learning, and keep believing that your next find could be the one that changes everything, because in the world of coins, miracles aren't made, they're minted, discovered, and shared with those who dare to look closer. Next, 1981 no mint mark 1 cent coin, a stunningly rare piece that has captured the imagination of collectors everywhere and now carries a breathtaking estimated value of $6.6 million because of the minting errors, misalignments, and unexplained variations that set it apart from billions of ordinary pennies. Imagine for a moment holding something so simple yet so powerful, a coin worth less than a loaf of bread by face value but commanding more than the price of a mansion because of the delicate quirks in its creation, and that's exactly what makes coin collecting so magical, rarity born out of imperfection. Every collector dreams of discovering such a treasure, and every seller dreams of mastering the art of marketing and negotiation that turns that treasure into life-changing wealth. Selling a coin like the 1981 no mint mark penny, or any rare coin, demands understanding that in numismatics, perceived value often matters as much as intrinsic value. You must become both storyteller and strategist. The more you can convey why your coin is unique, historical, and irreplaceable, the higher the price it can command. So let's start by exploring what makes this 1981 no-mint mark penny such an astonishing marvel. The early 1980s were a transitional period for U.S. mint operations, as America was shifting from primarily copper-based planchets to a copper-plated zinc composition due to rising metal costs. During this phase, machines were recalibrated, dies were replaced, and small errors crept into production, leading to some of the most fascinating varieties ever discovered. Among them, the 1981 no-mint mark penny stands out because several were struck with double dies on the obverse, particularly noticeable on Liberty and the date. Others show strong die cracks through Lincoln's shoulder or jawline, off-center strikes, weak impressions on the reverse, or even partial collars that leave a distinctive rim variation. Some examples display subtle planchet laminations, thin metal layers peeling or missing, which add visual intrigue and authenticity to the error. But what makes this variety even more puzzling is the lack of a mint mark at a time when most Philadelphia coins had begun transitioning toward more consistent marking. A handful of 1981 pennies without mint marks show characteristics suggesting they were experimental strikes, possibly part of internal testing runs before the zinc transition officially began. This theory, though debated, has fueled immense collector curiosity. When a coin like this surfaces, its rarity and mystique make it instantly desirable, but selling it successfully requires precision, credibility, and timing. Let's talk about those selling points in detail. First, authenticity is everything. If you believe you possess a 1981 no-mint mark penny with potential error characteristics, never attempt to clean it or modify it in any way. A coin's natural patina and surface preservation contribute significantly to its value, and professional grading is the only path to legitimacy. Submit it to PCGS or NGC for verification, as these are globally respected grading authorities whose sealed encapsulation can increase your coin's value severalfold. Collectors and investors alike trust only third-party certified coins for million-dollar transactions. Once authenticated, high-quality visuals are your next weapon. Professional photography under neutral lighting captures luster, color, and the fine details of minting errors. Remember, visual presentation is the first impression, it's your silent salesman. A coin that looks appealing and well-documented naturally commands attention. Consider investing in macro lens shots that highlight the doubling, die cracks, or unique toning patterns. Include comparative images of standard 1981 pennies so viewers can instantly see the difference. Moving on to pricing strategy, it's crucial to understand market psychology. Rarity fuels demand, but confidence fuels purchase decisions. Always anchor your asking price in evidence, cite known sales, auction records, or expert valuations. If your coin is graded mint state, MS65 or above, you're sitting on a potential goldmine. But rather than setting a static price, consider leveraging auction momentum. Auctions like Heritage, Stack's Bowers, or great collections thrive on competitive bidding, and high-stakes items often exceed their estimates when collectors emotionally engage in the chase. To enhance this effect, craft an engaging narrative for your listing. Buyers love stories. Talk about how this penny symbolizes a moment in American minting history, an era of transition, experimentation, and human imperfection. Position it as both a financial investment and a piece of heritage. For online selling, platforms like eBay, Etsy, and specialized numismatic marketplaces allow you to reach global buyers, but transparency and professionalism will set you apart. Always include grading certificates, weight details, and macro images in your listings. Use simple but powerful words in your description. Emphasize phrases like certified rare, verified mint error, and museum grade collectible. Offline selling remains equally powerful. Attending major coin shows or conventions like the ANA World's Fair of Money allows you to showcase your coin in person, attract media attention, and negotiate directly with passionate buyers or dealers. Networking in such environments opens doors to private collectors who often pay premiums for coins that fit specific niche collections. Many ultra-rare coin sales happen behind closed doors, through collector networks and investment circles rather than public auctions. These private sales can yield incredible returns because they cut out intermediaries and fees. The secret is building credibility within the collector community. Be active in forums, share knowledge generously, and maintain transparency in every transaction. Your reputation becomes your greatest marketing tool. Now let's zoom in on the numismatic magic that gives the 1981 no-mint mark penny its $6.6 million price tag. Among the most sought-after variants is the double die obverse with strong separation visible in the lettering of Liberty and In God We Trust. This doubling, caused by a misalignment between the working die and the master hub during creation, gives the coin a shadow-like depth that's impossible to replicate artificially. Another high-value error found on select 1981 pennies is the off-metal strike, coins minted on transitional planchets intended for a different denomination, such as a dime or foreign issue. These extremely rare pieces are lighter or thinner than standard cents and produce a distinct metallic sound. Because planchet misfeeds were so rare in the automated minting era, surviving examples are immensely valuable. Some 1981 no-mint mark pennies also display dramatic off-center strikes where part of Lincoln's bust or the rim design is missing entirely, leaving large blank spaces on one side. These coins visually captivate collectors because they vividly display minting imperfection in action. The market loves coins that tell the story of the machine. When paired with pristine surfaces and deep red or red-brown luster, these features push values into the multi-million-dollar range. Beyond the errors themselves, the scarcity of confirmed specimens fuels price inflation. Experts estimate that fewer than 10 authentic examples of the 1981 no-mint mark double die penny remain in private hands. This combination of rarity, beauty, and narrative creates the perfect storm of collector obsession. But knowledge alone doesn't guarantee profit. You must market effectively. Crafting a compelling online profile as a coin seller is key. Create a professional brand identity, a logo, social media presence, and consistent tone that communicates expertise. Use platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube to share educational content about coin errors, grading, and market trends. This builds authority and attracts serious buyers who trust your knowledge. Think of your audience as your future customer base. Educate them, entertain them, and they'll reward you with loyalty. In addition to digital engagement, timing remains one of the most powerful levers in maximizing sales. Watch for economic cycles. During times of inflation or stock market volatility, tangible collectibles like rare coins become safe haven assets. Investors diversify their portfolios with items that have historical and aesthetic appeal. Selling during such periods can multiply returns, as demand spikes dramatically. Another advanced tactic involves bundling or cross-promoting coins. If you own multiple rare pieces from adjacent years, say 1980 and 1981 no-mint mark pennies, presenting them as a matched rarity set can enhance perceived value. Collectors love continuity, and showcasing 2 consecutive year anomalies tells a bigger story. You can also build emotional appeal by connecting your coin to broader American narratives. The evolution of minting technology, the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, or the cultural shifts of the 1980s. Every detail adds layers of meaning, and meaning drives premium bids. When dealing with high-value coins, also think about long-term asset management. Coins worth millions should be insured and stored properly, ideally in climate-controlled vaults with secure documentation. Maintain records of provenance, certificates, and transaction history. These documents not only protect your investment but enhance resale potential. Serious buyers pay extra for well-documented coins because paperwork establishes continuity and legitimacy. The future of coin selling is rapidly evolving, with blockchain verification and digital provenance now entering the industry. Platforms that record each coin's ownership history on immutable ledgers are emerging, offering even greater transparency and buyer confidence. Sellers who adopt these innovations early will gain an edge. Now, returning to the 1981 no-mint mark penny, consider what it represents, not just an object, but a story of discovery. Imagine a collector casually examining loose change only to find subtle doubling on the date, realizing that what they hold could rewrite their financial future. These stories fuel global fascination with coin collecting, keeping the hobby vibrant and profitable. So, as a seller, don't just sell a coin, sell that dream, that possibility of hidden wealth waiting in the everyday. It's this emotional connection that turns viewers into buyers and hobbyists into lifelong patrons. And remember, patience is your ally. The rare coin market rewards those who wait for the right moment. Prices fluctuate, but true rarity only grows scarcer with time. A coin that fetches $2 million today could easily exceed $6 million in a few years as awareness and demand grow. For beginners, the lesson from the 1981 penny is simple: pay attention to detail, educate yourself about minting errors, and never underestimate the power of persistence. Every jar of old change, every inherited collection, and every yard sale box could contain the next $1 million discovery. To sell effectively, learn the language of collectors, terms like mint state, red brown, planchet flaw, and die clash, because buyers trust sellers who speak fluently about their passion. As the coin's quest continues to guide you, remember that the journey of coin collecting isn't just about profit, it's about preserving history, celebrating craftsmanship, and unlocking stories hidden within metal. The 1981 no-mint mark penny stands as proof that imperfection can create perfection in value, that errors can turn into excellence, and that a simple coin can carry the weight of dreams worth $6.6 million. So keep your eyes sharp, your knowledge growing, and your enthusiasm alive, because the next great discovery may already be in your hands, waiting for you to recognize its worth and bring its story to the world.